What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. My name is David, and this is my nephew, Burton. What's going on, Burton?
What up?
Hey, and there is two things that we share, guys, and that is our last name, and it is our love for movies, TV shows, and just good storytelling. And that's what this channel is about reviewing and reacting to just movies, shows, and just things that's good stories. And today we're going to do something a little different. Is we talked about how we love TV shows, and something that I've always been into, and something that Burton, you kind of got into, I don't know what, maybe a year ago, is we're going to talk about our top 5 animes. Now, just to let the record know, I don't know what his top 5 is. He don't know what my top 5 is. We've kind of seen a little bit different anime, so he's seen shows that maybe I haven't watched, and I've seen shows that he hasn't watched. But please don't hate us over our list. It is our list, and we're gonna go from number 5 up to 1. So let's go ahead and get into this. I'm curious to hear it, Burton. I haven't asked you, so let's get into it. Start off your list. What's your number 5 anime on your list?
Okay, just starting off, I've only seen 6 animes.
Okay.
So the only one that didn't make my list is Super. I love Dragon Ball, but Super just couldn't make it. So don't hate me if I don't have some animes on here, because I just started watching, and these are the ones I just really like. So number 5, which this one will probably be higher up once the seasons get going, but Demon Slayer. Watched that recently. My friend told me like how good it was, how the graphics were just amazing with the animation. And I mean, I really loved it. Like, it could be top 3, but the one season kind of holds it back for me. I haven't seen the movie yet. We've been trying to find a stream for it. Can't find it anywhere. But yeah, I just really like the show. I like the concept. I like really everything about it in general. And I think by the time it ends, it could be the top 3, depending on what other anime I watch like from then. But that's the one I really like right now, and that's what comes into 5 for me.
Yeah, it's a dope show. And man, they are saying the movie went crazy. So
that's what I heard.
Yeah, I want to see it so bad. It was definitely good. Number 5 on my list is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Now, I gotta say, to be completely honest, I only watched it a couple months ago, and I know it's an older anime, and it's a remake of the first anime, but this is the one that was true to the comic. So I jumped on it, and I'm telling you, man, I couldn't quit watching it. If you haven't seen that one yet, you got to see it. It was hard to even put it at number 5 because the storyline was so good. The tension, the emotion in it, man, it was good, and it didn't have any fillers really.
Yeah.
So that was definitely they got straight to it. They did just what the manga was. So yeah, man, I love that. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood was number 5 on my list.
I checked that. I actually like over the summer, it was like 4th of July. I was talking to Trey and Sean, and they're like, Full Metal Alchemist is like literally the best anime. So I checked the first episode out, because apparently the first episode's like a great episode that starts it, and I really enjoyed it. But I was watching another anime at the time, so I was like, I'll check it out. I like this, and then I'll go back to it. But yeah, I've heard that one's like really great, and I heard like the dub is insanely good too.
That's what I watched it in. It was so good. That was so good. All right, so what's number 4? What you got?
Okay, so number 4 for me, I have Hunter x Hunter. It was a show all my friends, we watched at the same time, and really we just fell in love with it. Like, the storytelling was great. The characters were just it was really cool. It felt like a childhood show for me, like growing up, like where you just like these kids who are just really cool, better than everyone else, and they just like dominate. This honestly was my favorite anime at one time, until there's like an arc at the end, which is like the best one. It's like the ant. Apparently, it's like, I mean, it's a great storytelling arc, but it just really slowed it down for me. The first 80 episodes I just fell in love with, like the ones on Netflix, I think, like once they took it off, it was like you have to go to another platform for it. But I just really like that anime. I like the action. I like the power system was kind of confusing. But it was just really cool. The characters are great. The storytelling is great. And then hopefully, I've heard they're finally dropping new episodes like soon, because like the creator apparently like he's like might pass away soon. So like
Well,
his wife is taking over.
I heard they went on like a huge hiatus, and I could be wrong, but is that one of the shows that are like mangas that
Yeah,
went on the huge hiatus?
apparently like the creator said there's like so much stress from the fans that he just like took a break. He couldn't even handle it because I
Wow,
mean the fan base is ginormous. Like so like I guess he just couldn't even deal with the pressure.
that that's one of the animes I haven't seen, but I have it on my list to watch.
That
Uh,
was something I definitely would watch.
yeah, yeah, I got to jump into it. My number four is actually My Hero. So My Hero Academia. Um, you know, I I I love the storyline. I hate that because of COVID, it's slowed down where it should be out right now. We should
Mhm.
be into the season, but yeah, I think it's it's a good storyline. The animation is dope, and I like the characters. I will say that my little downside to it is I think that they make Deku and Bakugo, I think they try to force that too much to be a Naruto Sasuke relationship. Um, that's my only you know problem with that. But it's a dope show, man. I can't wait for it to come back out. Um, I watched the sub and the dub, but to be completely honest, don't hate me. I like the dub better.
Yeah,
Um,
no, I agree. I like the dub better, and I was like I would talk about this more, but like it may be on my list, so I might just wait till
yeah,
it comes up on my list to talk about it. But yeah, My Hero is definitely
yeah.
definitely.
It's a great show. So I can't wait for it to pick back up. But I've never read the manga, and I don't think I'm going to
I haven't.
because I want to just see it fleshed out because I think they do a really good job. And this last season was so good, and
Mhm.
I'm ready to see what they do. All right, so number three, what you got?
So number three, I got Attack on Titan, which is
Mm.
the show I just recently watched. Really great storytelling. It took me a while to get in. All my friends were like, dude, this is such a great show. There's so
I
many
put you on
twists.
that too.
Yeah, no, because I wanted an anime that was like, I feel like the reason I think people take a while to get into anime is because some are like cringy, like some
Mhm.
of the dialogue's weird, and it's just like there's like that weird, oh, you watch anime that's weird. Like that's what I've been for a while until like a year ago. But like Attack on Titan's like the one where like immediately you're just like, this is a great, the storytelling is like, it's insane, like how
Yeah,
well they did. Like they don't focus on like action scenes as much as other anime do. Like, oh, like top 10 anime fights. Like they have some great fighting. The storytelling, I think, is the best out of any show I've
yeah,
ever seen. Like just the concept's great. And you actually are like, it's the one anime that like, I'm like have to watch the next episode because the last episode will just leave me like, what's going on?
yeah,
The whole Titan, I just like the Titans as villains, I didn't really love at first because I liked like I don't know, I thought they were kind of like dumb, and I was like I want like a reason to hate the villain, and then eventually I was like yeah, no, it gets good.
yeah. No, I agree. So we both have the same number three because mine is Attack on Titan, and
So
the reasoning for that is I will say episodes like 50 to 57 was the best in the whole series, and that's when um you know um Aaron and all of them, they went to put the rock back, or I
mm,
can't really
to
remember
fill
off
the
it.
hole up. I
Yeah,
mean,
and that's when
they-
like the eight Titan or whatever he's called, that's when he like had them surrounded. Dude, the tension, the emotion, and the thing is I came into that not knowing anything, so that's
yeah,
what I
no, I
loved
think
about it.
you have to
Yeah.
go in not knowing anything, or it'll ruin it. I feel like
Oh,
that's
it
one of the shows you
was
can't just don't look it up, don't do
right.
anything. I
So
also think the
I went to
music
that.
is very cool. Like the
Yeah,
music
it's
in Attack on
all
Titan
dope.
is the best I've seen. It feels like a
Yeah,
Star Wars like type where it's like it just gets you like the emotions pulled out of you more than
yeah.
just like regular anime.
Uh, quick question: did you watch it in sub or dub?
I watched it in subbed. I started in dubbed, but then I went to sub one episode and I just really liked. I mean, I've heard like you should watch it in subbed. Like, the actors are
Yeah,
better. I've only watched a couple in dubbed. But this is the one I watched in subbed, and I like it in sub better. Like I've
do
watched it
you?
in dub before, and I was like, it just doesn't have the same. The Aaron voice actor for subbed is just great. Like I think
Really?
he like the emotion because like I mean every main character is like I have to do this for the world for my like the cringy stuff, but his like the way he talks and screams like the big emotions like
Yeah.
whenever he becomes a Titan, like I just really like the subbed.
I only watched it in dub, so I haven't seen it in sub. But Attack on Titan, I'm ready for the next season. That comes out what, next week?
Yeah, December 7th apparently
Oh,
here.
dude, I'm hype. I'm hype.
That's actually like in a couple of days.
Yeah, dude, I'm
That's gonna be
ready.
really cool.
All right, so number two. What's number two on your list?
So number two for me was My Hero. It's a show that I really like. I kind of fell in love with them. I'm not gonna lie. Like I just love the cast. They have like all the kids in the school. It feels like we're big superhero movie fans. And one thing I saw is like I don't know who told me this, but I think the creator was like a huge superhero like fan of like what we did over here in like America. So he like that's why like All Might is American.
Yeah.
And it's just really like I just love the concept of superheroes. Some quirks are kind of weird. Like Deku gets really annoying, and he's still kind of annoying. Bakugo's still annoying. Like I mean,
Yeah.
I just at this point make them friends. Like it's kind of annoying, but like I feel like the future is so like I'm super hyped for it. Like it's insane how hyped I am.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
And then there's like so many theories about it, and then like especially the post credit scene for the last season, like all the
that went so hard.
I was like, it's gonna get really good. And I heard the manga's popping right now. Like it's
good. Yeah, I heard it's good too. I try not to see any spoilers for that either.
Yeah, I don't want to see any spoilers for that. That's one I watch dub though too, because I think the dub is better. I just think the voice actors are great. And I really liked what's the dude he plays like Vegeta too? He plays All Might.
Yeah, I don't know his name, but he killed the role as All Might.
He's great. Yeah, I really like the whole dub acting.
Yeah, I agree. Well, number two on my list, and dude, this was so hard. Like between 1 and 2, like it was the hardest thing, and it's hard for me because I think a couple of years ago I wouldn't say this, but number two is DBZ, so Dragon Ball Z. It's the OG. It's the GOAT of anime, because without Dragon Ball Z, there is no other anime in the United States, and we know that. And I remember growing up and watching it on a Cartoon Network. I remember buying the DVDs and buying the movies, and I remember me and my friends watching this together in sub, and we were so big into DBZ. My friend Jermaine, he actually bought an original PlayStation from Japan with a chip so that we could play the Dragon Ball GT game that came out during the time, because they didn't let it come over here. So we were huge into that, man. And DBZ, without DBZ, there is no other animes. And the reason why I put DBZ is I think, the arcs were amazing. The story was awesome. Even though Majin Buu was kind of, it was hit or miss.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the climatic part of DBZ is the Cell Saga. And I don't know which version you watched, but the version from when I was a teenager. So it was the first version of DBZ over here with the Cell Saga. Dude, the music, the voice acting, man, it gives you chills. Like when Gohan and Cell did their beam battle, and just to see that, and the first time he went Super Saiyan 2, dude, it give you chills watching that version. I hate what they did with Kai. I hate how I even don't like the original Japanese music with the newer dubs with that. But man, DBZ, it got a special place in my heart. It's amazing. I mean, everyone rocks with DBZ if you rock with anime. So number two on my list.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'll keep that conversation going because that was number one on my list. The first one I watched, I remember like every time for Thanksgiving and Christmas, you guys would always be talking about it, and I was like, I just want to check it out. Like I saw it on like the GameStop, and I was like, like, so I texted you. I remember I was like, where can I watch it at? I checked it out, and even though it was like old graphics, I mean, it's one of the older animes. Like, I just thought it was great. Like, all the characters are dope. I love Vegeta. He's probably my favorite character in all of anime. I wasn't a huge fan of Majin Buu, like the first one, but okay. And then I wasn't a huge fan of Majin Buu, the first, like the fat one. I was like, kind of lame. I didn't really like Majin Buu to the end, and I'm really not like Super's okay. Like Super's all right. It's not the best, but DBZ every single like arc, the first one's great, second one's great. The Cell Saga I think was great.
It was amazing.
Sometimes the fights take forever. I wasn't a huge fan of like the Cell like games. Like I think those I kind of like more just like let's fight instead of like a setup. But overall, the problem that I have now, especially because all my friends like new anime watchers, it's hard to get people into DBZ because the graphics are so bad and there's so many like other great animes that like are like Naruto, One Piece, these animes that like have so many episodes. Like some people are like, I'd rather watch those. I just think like I don't know. I could never get into anime until I watched Dragon Ball Z. And then now, like, I mean, I've started watching a bunch. I mean, six isn't a lot, but I mean, the episode count's insane.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really like, I mean, everyone loves Goku. Like, you can't not like Goku.
Yeah.
He can be an idiot sometimes, but.
Well, that's what I hate about Super is they made Goku go back to like just the idiot Goku.
Yeah. I don't like idiot Goku at all. The one episode where literally he's like Vegeta's doing mouth to mouth or something. And then Goku's like,
yeah,
what are you, like, why are your lips on her mouth? But she's like, you never kissed your wife. I mean, maybe they should have an episode where like Goku's like sees a therapist or something. He's like all the fights. Maybe he has like some brain damage. I mean, he has been hit with a lot of
think, bro.
But I mean, he also may be one of the worst dads in anime. I mean, he's never really there, and he kind of like
he don't care about Goten.
No, he don't really care about Gohan. He really just cares about himself. He just wants to get better. Like, the maddest we've ever seen him was whenever his family was killed in another dimension. Like, I mean, other than when his best friend died, but like, he kind of like when Krillin died, he could have killed like Frieza easily. He just was like, I'm not stopping until you become a better person. Well, I'll kill your best friend and then like,
that's so wrong. Yeah,
Super was better because I think Dragon Ball like Z is such a great show and has such great characters. I also think they took away the meaning of Super. Like deaths mean nothing now. Like Goku could die on screen, I'd be like, he'll be back in a couple episodes. Like it really deaths mean nothing. And then, but I want to say before we go to the next one, my favorite part of maybe the whole show is Vegeta's sacrifice. I think that was just like that.
It hit you
episode,
here.
It really hits him. He like hugs his son. And I was like he went from really like people try to say like Dragon Ball Z has no character development. I mean, Vegeta was the main, like basically the first boss villain.
Yeah.
And he turned into protecting the Earth at the end, like sacrificed himself. And I wish though the villain was better because I felt like Majin Buu was like an idiot. He didn't know like. I wish the villain was someone like you hated. And when you did that, you're like, okay, like let's go Vegeta. It was more like just annoying because like I didn't really like that Majin Buu. He never seemed like a threat. If he did that to Kid Buu, that'd been pretty sick. But I don't know. I love Vegeta. I mean, I have a Vegeta poster in my room at State. I try to people. I was like, "What is this? Some cartoon?" And I'm like, "Don't disrespect Vegeta. Like,
don't disrespect Vegeta.
Don't disrespect that man."
Man,
I even have Bulma, little Bulma shirt, just because I really like Bulma, but she's Vegeta's wife, so got to rock with her. Also, Trunks, most underrated anime character in all of anime, I think.
100%.
He's 100%. Such a cool character.
Dude, I used to, not purposely, but when I was younger, like, I don't know, 11, 12, my hair was exactly how Trunks was, just wasn't purple. And like all friends like, they're like, dude, you're like Trunks. I'm like, heck yeah, I am. You know, it was like, it was super dope, man. Like, yeah,
he
Trunks.
Has such a style.
He had the coolest entrance, you know, one of the coolest entrances in anime. I mean, he just shows up, goes Super Saiyan, you're like, you know, who the heck is this? And then he just does easy work with Frieza. So you're like,
I wonder this is funny. I wonder like when they're writing it, they're like, all right, how can we introduce Trunks? Let's have him go back and tell Goku he's gonna die of a disease. That's the way Goku goes out in his universe. His heart attack of some like cancer form.
Right. No, I wish they didn't bring Trunks back in Super because I felt like it diminished what happened in Z.
Yeah.
But it's cool.
I think that the one good thing about Trunks coming back is I think Goku Black was the best villain in Super. He was kind of hard to understand, but I think he like if he wasn't in Super, honestly, the show would have been mid. Like it was
right.
Kind of slow.
I agree. Totally agree. Well, my number one man is Naruto Shippuden. I've
Knew
been
that was
trying to
coming.
get you on this show.
Yeah.
I think, I think Naruto Shippuden, and I guess you could put the first Naruto into this because I put it all together because you got to watch Naruto before, Shippuden. But I never watched this till about, I don't know, 4 years ago. And when I was teaching at the high school that I taught at, I used to have students be like, well, Coach Barco, you liked anime, you need to watch Naruto. I'm like, nah, man. So I started one summer break and I got through the first Naruto show. I was like, okay, that was pretty good. I started Shippuden. I'm like, yo, this goes hard. Like it, I'm be completely honest, transparent. And I guess maybe because I'm a parent now, but like in Shippuden, when it gets him and the relationship with his, when he sees his dad and when he sees his mom, I'm like crying at like 1 o'clock in the morning because my wife is asleep, Daniel's asleep. I'm in the living room just watching it on my phone. I'm like, yo, it hit the emotions. The fight scenes were amazing. It is the best storyline, I think. How they tied it all in together from start to finish, and it was one storyline all together. I'm telling you, you watch it, you're like, yo, this is the goat of storytelling. Like I haven't watched anything that has a better storyline, but it doesn't pay off to the end. I mean, it's good throughout, but it doesn't pay off to the end. So Naruto Shippuden, I don't think anything can beat that right now. And I think that's why people are so hard on that Boruto show. And I watched a little bit of that, but they're comparing it to Naruto, and you can't. Like you can't. So that is my number one, Naruto Shippuden. So shout out to the students that told me to watch it. Thank you so much because I wouldn't have without you, and now it's my number one on my list. So there you guys have it, man. Burton, it was awesome checking out your top five. I gotta check out some of yours, Hunter x Hunter. I gotta get on there and see that. And man, Demon Slayer, I loved it. It didn't crack top five.
Yeah. I
Not
mean, if
now.
I'd seen more, then it probably would have. But I mean, it's better than Super. So
Yeah,
I get that.
100%. I didn't have Super, and to be completely honest, I've never seen Dragon Ball. But hey, that's a
I've never
different
seen
story.
Dragon Ball either. I don't
I
know.
I figure, what's the point? What's the point? But
Maybe one time I get bored, I'll go back, but just not right now.
yeah, I don't know if I'll even go back. But anyways, hey guys, if you enjoyed this content, we're gonna be dropping videos every couple of days. So make sure you like and you subscribe, and you can rock with us as we react and review different movies, different TV shows, and sometimes just drop lists like this because we got a couple other lists of a lot of different things and categories that we like. So check you guys out later. We'll see you next time.